Welcome to Griffith Field, home of the Bakersfield High Drillers, for tonight's game between the Stockdale Mustangs and the Bakersfield High Drillers. I'm Rick Van Horn, and our host, Mr. Vance Palm.
And the legend Rick Van Horn.
And here's Vance to give you the preview of what's going on tonight.
Well, a very good evening, everybody. Vance Palm alongside Rick Van Horn, our director Julian Wilson. On the PA announcement, listen to that voice. Just 1 second.
Number 60.
From the Kern High Network, driller and renegade legend Kenneth Calvin on the PA announcement.
Number 11.
Julian called me. I saw my phone ring. I said, uh-oh, the director's calling me. I'm down on the field talking to refs, talking to Coach Sheehy, talking to Nick Ellis, just getting some shots of the evening. What a big one tonight, Rick.
It is. League game, SYL. You've got a 4-1 Stockdale team coming in with a 1-3 driller team, but don't let that fool you. Okay? Let me tell you why. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Okay. BHS has played, their 3 losses have come against opponents with a 19-3 overall record. Okay? Los Alamitos, Clovis, and a Central who are 19-3 at this point.
I watched the Stockdale team the other night.
Okay.
It was Frontier at Stockdale, homecoming. Big crowd here tonight at Griffith Field. Big crowd. But let me tell you this. You couldn't even get in last week
All right.
at Stockdale High School. And they put on a great show with Frontier. Frontier pulled away from them, but I just talked to Coach Shelton about all this, and he was just telling me, look, we made some poor choices. We didn't protect ourselves. We had bad special teams. We stubbed our toe quite a bit. Had good ball control, but we're ready for tonight's game. So, as I said before we went on the air, Rick, I expect a really nice football game out of both teams.
That's good for you. Okay. Let me break some numbers down to you.
Let me hear it.
Stockdale's 4-1.
Okay.
On the season. Pretty good record.
3-2, actually.
3-2.
3-2.
Okay.
So break it down correctly. 3-2.
All right. Teams that they have played thus far are 3-19 on the year. Combined record between all 5 opponents.
I correct myself. They're 4-1. 4-1, and Frontier is now okay. Got it.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
Yes, I'm right. Okay. Combined, their opponents are 3-19. On the other hand, the BHS opponents are 19-3. So I just want to throw that out.
No. Difficulty of schedule, I get it. Difficulty of schedule, I get it. But what I saw last Friday night at Stockdale, I saw so many great things from this Mustang team, but there's a lot of self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah.
That those are the kind of things that it doesn't take a lot of reminding kids at this age. Look, this cannot happen again.
Right.
So it's not like they're just deficient in areas. Right. It's not like they don't have the capability. They're just self-inflicted so they can make those corrections. We'll see. It's going to be a really interesting contest tonight. It's homecoming at Bakersfield High School. Hope you're all ready for a great game on the Kern High Network. Our director, Julian Wilson, he's got his hands full. His play-by-play guys down on the field during national anthem.
He's a little down, though.
His color analyst, he's got an attitude tonight.
His Fresno State Bulldogs lost to the Hawaii Rainbows this past weekend.
Julian, have you recovered from the Bulldogs losing to the Rainbows? There is no recovery. You're right.
And I think it was a 21-point spread.
Okay, Rick. And then to top it all off, if tonight isn't crazy enough, it's the great Noah Vance Palm and his buddy Big Hair, Devin, 2 freshmen from BHS. How you doing? Have you guys said hi to Julian yet? My son Noah, Devin. You guys saw Coach Van Horn. He's best buddies with your Uncle Paul Dameron, so don't mess around. It's going to be a good one tonight. Looking forward to it. And there's storylines all around with the drillers. Don't even know how much we'll really dive into that, if at all.
If at all.
But it plays into some drama, doesn't it?
The one thing that I can tell you for sure is the drillers have a chance to win their 794th game tonight.
What? That is some serious homework you're doing, Rick.
Yeah, well, when you write books, that's what happens.
Stockdale
more on that later. I want to talk about the Renegades also. So let's get this thing going. What better game could you ask for? The Mustangs at the Drillers, homecoming. Kenny Calvin on the PA mic. I saw Jay Gauthier on the way up here, and
yes,
great to see him, a longtime voice of the Drillers, and he's making a comeback, and we had some great discussions. So he's right down there, and he's sitting right in front of our good friend who was just coaching his team a few weeks ago, and I bumped into a ton of people just going down the steps and coming back up the steps. So it shapes up to be a great night. The Drillers will be receiving. So let's get this thing going, everybody. Again, welcome to the Kern High Network, live exclusive coverage of high school sports here in the Valley. We are at BHS tonight for football. The Drillers hosting the Mustangs of Stockdale. One of my best longtime friends from Marvin High School, Adriana, is up here next to me.
Well, let me tell you, the Drillers have, I would say, two of the best 5 players in town with Tybo Rogers and Dalen Lynch. Tybo may be the best player in town that you haven't heard of. Well, but you've heard of.
Well, Coach Shelton he went down and he ran down.
He ran down about 5 or 6 of them.
By numbers. Yeah. Not by names, by numbers. He said there's a number 11, there's a number 22, there's a number 9.
22's the guy. He is definitely a next-level guy that should be playing on Saturdays if everything works out.
Here we go. We're underway on the Kern High Network. And a whistle blows and a flag flies as the first touch of the football goes off. And as it's on the 40-yard line where the tee was, one can only assume that it is offsides on the kicking team. And it is. I think we may lose Kenny Calvin to the Kern High Network. I think this crowd loves him. He's down there telling 800 people to bring him a baked potato.
Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that? The band is selling baked potatoes, and, man, you guys can bring me one up here if you want. That cheeky guy doesn't get any better than Kenneth Calvinberger.
Kenny is universal. He's got to let everybody know. Okay? So I don't think that will last very long because
I don't know, man. He's going to – I'm telling you right now, everybody in this Griffith Field is going to say, we want Kenny to stay. We want him as our guy. All right, let's try this again. Kickoff. This time it's up, and, it's a pitching wedge. That's going to be short, taking it a 32-yard line. A big block. So now here come the Drillers right out of the get-go, and that didn't take long. And
that was Dalen Leach. Well, that's it's funny with him because he was the all-area quarterback last year for West High. Decided to transfer over this year, and now he's playing receiver.
So a great start for the Drillers, but it's holding. I didn't see the flag. Did you, Rick?
I did not.
Oh, boy. So the momentum building first touch for the Drillers.
Amazing field position.
Well, the holding call is going to bring them back to their own 35. So I don't think Kenny saw the flag either. It just.
They're going to pull that all the way back to the 35. We have an official's timeout.
Do you think he's going to be a little biased at all?
Well, he already called the big block over here, the crackback block, and this is going to be entertaining. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. They'll be heading left to right, all blue, in the Driller blue versus the all-white Mustangs with their gray helmets, black shoulder pad stripes. Ball's on the 35-yard line. Let's see what the Drillers can do. They pass right away. So Leach makes one catch. Makes one move, gets out to about the 42, 43-yard line. So Montiero, quarterback for the Drillers, easy one to get him going, get him warmed up a little.
Yeah, it is. Nice, easy, safe pass to Dalen Leach there. Montero, very good little quarterback. He's kind of like a shortstop in baseball. In this kind of offense, when you run a spread, you've got to be kind of like a shortstop. A quick release, get it out there. You don't need a strong arm. You just need to be accurate and be quick.
Montero goes under
So Leach with the first catch. Now he's down below us at the 40-yard line, and that's going to be Alex Rocha. And the always dependable Rocha, just quick on the draw there.
Well, Rocha's their guy on defense, and they've been forced to put him on offense at some positions. Great all-around player, but he's primarily their top defensive player.
So that'll back it up to about the 37-yard line. Montiero puts Drakier in motion. Nice job. Another flag on the play.
Right away, handoff to Rogers.
So as you see right now, they've got Tybo Rogers at tailback. He's a kid that you may see play. He may play 4 or 5 different positions tonight. I said it earlier. Best all-around player in town, and that's a big statement when there's some kids already signed to some major colleges.
As they repeat the down.
But since he's only a junior,
Out in the 30 even front with a 2 deep safety look.
So Rogers,
Now they drop down to a 40 even front.
one of the numbers Coach Shelton said look out for. Again, Montiero in the backfield, takes the snap, and they very good, and it's Rocha. Rocha's got a ton of room. Rocha cuts back upfield. Will he get stopped? And fumble, ball out of bounds! Recovered by the Mustangs. Oh, goodness. So a fantastic play from the Mustangs after they give up a huge gain to the Drillers, and it looked basically like it was either a touchdown coming or at least first and goal. And how about this? The effort and the strip, Mustangs football, and boy, Coach, you talk about a team that needed that turnover. Mustangs looked like they were on their heels after like the first 3 or 4 plays.
yeah, they did.
Woo!
Yeah, they did. And
Big,
they need
big
something
play.
here. They've only won 2 games here since 2003.
18 years, 2 wins.
Stockdale coming out in a tight double set. They go with the
I came loaded today.
inside run, and that sniffed out right away. But great job by the defensive line of the Drillers.
Stay on the ground this first run. Aaron Charles, by the way. His dad wanted me to tell you. You tell Coach Van Horn that's Arnold Charles, his great nephew.
Oh, it is?
Yep. And
It
I told him we're all
well, gosh
yep.
darn.
And he wanted to say, my son is Arnold Charles' great nephew. And we're talking about Aaron Charles, by the way. So,
And, of course, Arnold, my longtime buddy,
of course,
passed a couple years ago, but started where? Started his career at Arvin
well, of course,
High School.
Of course. It went a great fishing trip with he and I and Mike Duncan and Slime Anderson. Well, I never laughed so hard. So, Arnold Charles, rest in peace, buddy. Your great nephew's down
Yes.
here having a great time. Aaron Charles saw his dad and talked to his dad earlier in the week and said he's looking to make up for that game at Frontier. Didn't have his best game. Oh, there's a nice move there. Floats one over. That's going to be picked off. And it's intercepted by Rogers. Rogers looking for the end zone. Rogers to the 20. What can he do? To the 10. Cuts back. Steps out of bounds. Or does he?
Yeah.
Gets down to the 2-yard line. What a great play. So Jordan Gallegos was trying to send the receiver further down the field.
Yeah.
He wanted his receiver from Stockdale to release. He didn't, so he floated it up there. So 2 big turnovers here in the first few minutes.
And you talked about Tybo Rogers being the best player in town, and he's the kind of guy that when he's out there on defense, run the other way. And you saw him out at corner there.
Drillers with the first and
Pass
goal.
the other way.
Yeah,
Interception
Coach
by Tybo
Shelton,
Rogers.
throw the other way. This kid is so much more mature than the other kids. It's unbelievable.
Puente breaks way out to the left out there to try to guard Theodore Richard. Richard went as far out as he could to the sidelines. And a run play by the Drillers on now it'll be 2nd and goal from about the 4-yard line. So there is a ton of energy tonight here at Griffith Field. It is going to be a festive night.
Well, like I said, I'm loaded for bear tonight. Okay, I know you've been working with Rich Cornford, And, you know.
Hold on, let me call this play. Thank goodness. Thank goodness we have a penalty. For all of you that are listening to the Kern Network on a regular basis, you know we move around quite a bit. I've been giving Rich Cornford this year just by chance, other than the fact that I told Stan, don't put me with Rick. And anyway, it just happened that I have a lot of Coach Cornford this year, but I've missed working with my longtime buddy, Rick Van Horn, who started with me in the Renegades back in 2008, but I haven't been able to call games with you this year. And so Rick Van Horn wanted to let me know that Cornford's got nothing on his 30 pages of notes here. Here we go. 2nd and goal, another flag, touchdown. The crowd will cheer. The white hat is waving it off, and he said no. Ooh. It's going to be a penalty on the Drillers, so it's... I told you. You know they would.
Oh, yeah.
They brought him a baked potato. This is going to last all night. Well, Kenny, ask for a New York steak then.
Yeah.
So back to the fun that we're having as the Drillers trying to punch it in. Cornford does come very prepared, but I got to tell you, Rick, he's never shown up with 18 pages like you have.
No.
You're my favorite now.
Yeah.
I want to get to that. Trust me, keep that right there. All the Drillers and the pros. I want to get to that. 2nd and goal. Again, they're going to try to get in. They give it to Rogers again, and this time he is... Oh, he muscles his way in. Touchdown.
He's in.
He muscles his way in. Ty Rogers basically said, I'm taking this in. He got hit early at the 5-yard line, and then he just kept going. So Drillers look pretty doggone confident right now.
They do, you know. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Tybo's kind of a different level than these kids out there on the field right now.
Almost as amazing as the effort by the VHS band to bring me this potato.
Here's the PAT, the snap, the hold, the kick, and it's a beauty.
Kick is good, and the Drillers up 7 over Stockdale's.
And that's Braden Ornalis is the kicker.
On defense, Tybo on offense, Tybo everywhere.
I'm imagining that Stockdale crowd is going to get tired of that. They're going to get tired of the hype and the fun, but you got to hand it to Kenny Calvin to be able to step in and answer the call tonight to be the public address announcer. I didn't know this till last night. I showed up and I said, hey, Jeff Scott's looking for a PA announcer. I'm calling the game tomorrow night. I know you got a game. He goes, no, I'm going to do it. So Mark Heffernan, everybody. Mark Heffernan calling our other game, East at South tonight. He's handling that by himself. Thank you, Marcus. Saw him last night. He was on the PA for the Foothill game. North at Foothill. I'll talk to you a little bit about that game a little bit later on because there were some interesting things that went on there. A lot of learning going on at North High, but they've got a good team, a much, much better team. And I know it sounds gratuitous to say they're better than their record, but I talked to their players last night, and they've got a nice team, North High School. But I'll tell you what, Foothill at 6-0.
Foothill is something else this year.
Foothill at 6-0 is no fluke. Let's see if Stockdale can get something going here. Ball's taken at the 10-yard line. Trying to get outside and makes a good start at the 38-yard line. That is Julian Leone.
Brandon Ornalis made that tackle.
Yeah, he made the kick.
Now, if you don't remember, his dad was a longtime teacher, coach here. Mike Ornalis passed away 3 years ago from pancreatic cancer, but he was one of the all-time great football coaches here during 86 through about 2000.
Gallegos trying to start it again, trying to get outside here. Nice run to the left side. And that's a good pickup right there by Ben Spears. So nice blocking out there by Aaron Charles, the aforementioned Aaron Charles, running out there and creating some space. This is the Kern High Network you're listening to and watching tonight. I'm Vance Palm alongside Rick Van Horn, Julian Wilson, our director, Kenny Calvin, one of our very own, on the PA announcement gig tonight. So Gallegos hands it Charles. Charles does a nice job of trying to get one or two tough yards. And another word about Aaron Charles, the family and I work out at the same gym. That young man's been in there pumping iron with his dad for over 3 years. He was in 8th grade and he was in there pumping iron.
Well, I tell you what, it's paid off. He's one of their top guys on defense, the second leading tackler for the Mustangs.
Rick, here's a big one. 3rd and 1. Can they get it out? Can they get it by? Oh, I don't know. It's going to be close at the 45-yard line. Very, very close.
Down here on the bottom. He's right at the first down.
They give it to him.
Oh, my. Without a measurement. I don't know.
The Mustangs, after that good run, to get the change moving.
6:50 left in this first quarter. The Drillers have chewed up a ton of yards, already have a touchdown. One of them was a huge game, but then fumbled at the end of it, but the yards go to him. Gallegos in trouble. Gallegos in big trouble. Can he get out? No, he can't.
He
Did he get rid of it?
I think he got it. Oh, wait a minute.
And that's going to be counted as a sack.
Well, Kenny's calling it before the refs.
Well,
but let's see what happens.
Of the Drillers.
Now,
By number 80.
I believe he was out of the tackle box, so that may.
Let's see what the officials have to say. He tried to get rid of it, but I think it's going to be intentional grounding, and it is. So Gallegos was in trouble really early, and he tried to swivel out of it and go one direction, but it didn't get him anywhere. There was a Driller waiting on him, so now the Mustangs are going to have to regroup here because 6:35 left in the first quarter, and they've got a daunting task with a fired-up Driller environment here.
Well, the one thing that Stockdale hasn't seen this year is the speed of the Bakersfield High Drillers. They've played some teams that are good, but they haven't played a team that with the team speed like the Drillers have.
34, they're going to say. 2nd and 34. Gallegos looks around.
Shotgun double set.
He's got doubles on each side. He's in a short shotgun now. He's a little closer to the center, backs it up. And they're taking their time, Rick. They are in no hurry to run plays right now. And they finally call it. Do they take?
Oh. And that's going to be a dead ball, false start against Stockdale, and they're going in the wrong direction.
I thought Gallegos was calling a timeout.
Well, if he was, he didn't get it in quick enough. So, you know, if you're Coach Shelton, it's always tough. You got to go pretty deep in that playbook to find a 2nd and 34 play.
We're just underway in the first quarter. 6.5 remaining in the first quarter. Harrison in motion. Nice pass. They get it out. And Hereford makes the catch.
That looks like that was number 3, Shane Hereford, the junior receiver, defensive back, on the catch.
Get the ball to 31, 2nd and still. Forever. About 26 yards or 25. So 3rd and 25. And they're really kind of just grinding this out and taking their time. There's no incentive for them to rush any plays and put the ball back in the Drillers' hands any sooner than they need to. 3rd and 25. Gallegos steps up into some comfortable spots, but now he's in trouble, and he gets brought down. 25-yard line. Great play out there by Alex Rocha. Rocha just kind of waiting for him.
Yeah.
But the DBs back here at the middle of the football field are just giving Gallegos no opportunity. So that's 4th and forever. They're going to have to punt the ball. And look who's standing back at the 35-yard line.
Stockdale ranked 19th in the Valley. Have actually moved up quite a few spots with that 4-1 record.
He's in trouble. I don't think that it was a fake punt. I think he knew that he wasn't going to get it off, so he took off.
Now, we've talked about this. Stockdale punt team has had some problems the last couple games.
Last week, when Frontier was at Stockdale, unfortunately they had 3 punts blocked, and 2 of the 3 were into the back of their own guy, and it just caused some consternation, and it was beginning to get troubling because they were in that game. That game was a lot closer than people realized, but towards the end, a couple of miscues in the punt game, and it really cost them. So now we see it again, and I'm just not
1st and 10 from the 27-yard line.
Not sure what's going on there because Leon knew that the punt was going to get blocked, so he just tried to get out of the way, but he didn't boot it after that. We saw that last night at the North Foothill game. One of the Foothill guys was so in front of the it was going to get blocked, but
inside zone read, and that's a great job.
so now it's going to be up to the Stockdale Mustang defense again. And Coach Shelton said, look, last week our defense hung in there and they battled and they bowed up when they had to, and they did many times. But boy, tonight this is an awfully early ask at 4:46 in the first.
It is, and Drillers had the momentum from that first series, although they did fumble after a big play. Got it back on a Tebow interception.
Drillers in a shotgun spread set.
Tybo, excuse me.
Against a man look for Stockdale. Play action pass.
Montero throws it, finds a man in the corner, and it's a touchdown pass.
Dalen Lynch.
Dalen Leach with a beautiful, beautiful catch, and he put the move on Leon. And man, what a dart! What a dart!
Kind of double pumped that and still had enough arm strength to get the ball to him after the pump.
The Drillers look like they mean business.
Touchdown Drillers, 13-0. PAT. Ornalis. It's up and it's through.
Kick is up, kick is good, and the Drillers take a commanding 14-0 lead over the Mustangs.
It's surreal because Kenny's coming through our loudspeaker right above us, and I've been working with him for so long, like you have. You've been working with him all of this year. That maybe we could just lay out. I'll ask the director if we can go get some food and let Kenny just run this thing. Yeah, okay, Julian, I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you in a bit. 14-0. Drillers in total command of this first quarter, and the Mustangs, not only they, like you say, have to kind of dig into that playbook to find some creativity to get some things going, they've also got to stop the Drillers. This is a double whammy power punch they're having to deal with, Coach.
The two guys have gotten into the end zone. Tybo Rogers and Dalen Leach are the two guys we talked about, two of the top 5 players in town. You're going to have to do a lot to keep them out of there.
Drillers 1-0 in league play. Took on Centennial last Saturday afternoon. A noon game due to health protocols. They pushed it to a Saturday. And interesting things coming up in the next few weeks with league play. Jamison Jones.
That was Jamison Jones.
About the 35-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Let's see what happens.
Speaking of that COVID, we've had 2 games canceled tonight. The Frontier Garcia's game was canceled because of Frontier and their COVID issues. And Miramonte again gets struck by the bug. This puts both teams out for this week and next week.
On a homecoming night. Shotgun double set for the Mustangs, and they go jet sweep again.
Gallegos throws it up. He's got his man, and it's caught. What a catch. Can he get free? I don't know if he'll get free from Rogers, but a really, really nice play and a great catch. And unfortunately, Ben Spears, he landed on the pole vault track. A good pass by Gallegos, and unfortunately, the one strip of real estate that Spears went down on his back is the pole vault track.
Yeah, his head went back on that track, and that probably didn't feel good.
But what a pass by Gallegos. He put it up there, and it floated over Tybo Rogers right into the hands of Spears. So a big boost for Stockdale. And they put the ball in the hands of Harrison, and Harrison gets wrapped up, about a yard loss.
Bring up a 2nd and 12 for the Mustangs.
A loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Gallegos flips one out quickly, and it's caught again out there by Harrison. Harrison gets it up to about the 22-yard line, so they're reaching into the playbook, moving things around here, Rick.
You know, and Montero, again, only a junior. I've seen him play already this year. Good little quarterback. He'll develop. Quick release. Is 36 for 70 this year for 455 yards. Bad thing about it is he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass yet, and he's thrown 6 interceptions.
Big contact at the line of scrimmage on a 3rd and 3 run. So looks like Gallegos takes a big hit. And by the way, another special hello to you by the great Octavio Patino. Says, what up, BP? Tell Rick Van Horn I said hi. My son is the kicker for Stockdale.
Okay.
Nick Patino, jersey number 14. And
okay.
I'm sure that we wish Octavio that they get the opportunity tonight for his son Nick to get in there and
he did kick off.
One through.
He did kick off already.
Quite true. How about this? 4th and 5. Boy, Stockdale's got to make it happen here. Harrison. Fumble. Ball's on the ground. It's picked up. It's picked up. It's scooped up. And the big fella trying to break free. And that is the big guy, Jaden Dock. So Dock picks it up. So on a 4th and 5, crucial fumble by the Mustangs. And Gallegos banged up over there. He's walking off a little beat up.
Jaden Dock. Alex Rocha. Doc was all area last year in that shortened season, so he's one of the only 2 of the drillers that were coming back all area. Blaine Abbott, who was another all area player, of course, had graduated, so Jaden Dock was kind of the leader of this driller team coming back.
So under 2 to go in this first quarter. Coach Sheehy's sure very pleased with the start for his drillers. And now it's Montero behind center, right behind center. And they go right up the middle with it, and they put it in the hands of Danny Johnson. So DJ gets up at the 47-yard line.
Son of the great Danny Wayne of Pac Nation.
And you know Calvin's going to get into some bloodline football. I'm not going to talk. Look, that dude's me talk to Kenneth Calvinberger. KC does what he does, man. He does what he does. I was Kenny's first play-by-play guy. He got brought down to Moore Park in the mist and the rain, and he had a polo on, and he was freezing. And the first thing I had to do was teach him how to call a game and then give him a jacket. Flushed out of the pocket was Montero. Nice pressure out there
We do have a flag down. Looks like a hold against the drillers.
A little rotation.
You know, it's hard to, you know, that play happened so fast. You're wondering, where in the heck did the hold come in? But I guess something happened.
Well, Coach Sheehy and his staff have subbed in they rotated in about 6 guys in 4 different positions, 6 different positions right now. They brought Kyle Dewey back in on the line. Theodore Richard comes in, and he breaks way out to the left side out of the huddle. So some massive rotations going on by Coach Sheehy and his staff.
It looks like we'll have about a 2nd and 20.
1:14 remaining in this first quarter. It's already 14-0.
For the Stockdale defense with a 50 odd front.
Montero drops back. He's in trouble. He gets flushed
He's
out.
got a wide open receiver.
But there's going to be a holding call, Rick. I even saw that one. So Leach gets free, makes a nice play, but that was holding when Montero got out of the pocket. They were hanging on to him.
If you saw that, they're double covering number 22, Tybo Rogers down there. So that leaves single coverage on Leach, which is you kind of pick your poison there. If you're going to double cover this guy, Leach is going to be wide open and vice versa.
And I'll tell you what, when they watch the film, the coaching staff of the drillers will probably tell the line, appreciate you trying to protect the quarterback, but he didn't even need it.
No.
One more step, and it's going to be a long first down.
Yeah.
But I think that lineman probably said, uh-oh, my quarterback's about to get hit. So the hold was there. It's kind of an obvious one, but now it's 2nd and 30 with exactly 60 seconds remaining here in this first quarter.
Montero, very mobile back there. Good athlete. Also an outstanding wrestler here at the for Bakersfield High.
Timeout
on the field.
taken by the Drillers.
56 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Drillers up 14-0.
This is the Kern High Network. Hope you're enjoying it tonight. Our other game, East versus South. Our trooper, Mark Heffernan, calling the game by himself with Kevin Willie. Two great minds together tonight. We're fortunate to have one of my fitness instructees, Julian Wilson, with us. And then one of my favorite people on the planet, Adriana, from my Arvin Bear days.
Definitely get you guys that.
When you're that beautiful and you look like you're one of the students, it's just unfair.
Network, you can hear my partner, Vez Kong, and my coach, the legendary Rick Van Horn. He was my defensive backs coach.
Isn't this great? Hey, look, I'm not bringing you any potatoes. Let me go tell him that.
Vance has stepped away from the mic, gone into the press box, complaining why he didn't get a baked potato. Drillers have it, 2nd and about 30. Montero rolls out. He's in trouble and goes down for about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, Stockdale, that's a big play for them. Very big play for them. When the Drillers are this far away from first downs, the Mustangs cannot give up huge plays, and that's going to help them a lot.
I've done one Stockdale game already. Have you?
Just did the one last week at Frontier.
Okay. What I've seen is this is a much tighter, cohesive group that Stockdale has. Last year, we did some games where they had some guys that you're looking out there and you're going, this guy's a college-looking player. This year, you look down there, and they've got no college players as far as they looking, but they play better as a unit.
I agree completely. That's the end of the first quarter. 14-0. Drillers off to a great start. And we will be back after this. We'll take a short break on the Kern High Network. Drillers up 14-0. A very, very festive night here at Griffith Field.
We are these fields. We are these roots. We see the beauty in the everyday, with pride from where we came. We look ahead, to the places that pull us together, to the places that we call home. A new chapter begins now. Kern Schools Federal Credit Union is now Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Visit valleystrong.com/grow to learn more.
All right, 14-0. We're back with the second quarter. I try to get maybe just a bite from Kenny. Just
nothing, huh?
Look, you got 3 big boats of food in there, potatoes, toppings. He said, VP, please close that door.
Who let this guy in, huh?
On the first play of the second quarter.
Look, you can hear him. He can't, look, he's trying to call a PA and he's got food in his mouth. That guy, he's the greatest, the world's greatest. Well, I'm just second and 6. Look at that dude. Well, a bad start to the second quarter. The Drillers going backwards. See if the Mustangs get something going here. They stay on the ground, and they give it to Johnson. So DJ picks up a couple, but that's not enough, and the Drillers will punt for the first time tonight. So see if the Mustangs can kind of get some things going here. Hope you're enjoying this live exclusive coverage. Kern High Network. We've got football tonight. We're at Bakersfield High School on legendary Griffith Field, and And it doesn't get more iconic than the trains going by us during the football game. You can hear them lock, and they have that big, loud steel exchange. Great football game tonight. It's homecoming. It's absolutely packed here. And I'm feeling quite nostalgic at the home of Frank Gifford's football field. How about this? Oh, it's blocked. The Mustangs block it, and the ball is going to be 1st and 10 at the Driller 24-yard line. Oh, what a great play. Big play.
Big play.
You talk about a momentum builder. Now all of a sudden it's 1st and 10 at the Driller 24. The Drillers were getting stagnant, had some big calls against them. Kind of got in this, ho-hum kind of mentality for a few minutes, and it might cost them. Here come the Mustangs.
Didn't get a number on that. Who blocked that?
24.
24.
Well, maybe not. Sorry, Coach.
Oh, it's blown up by. That looked like Doc.
It was.
Yeah.
Big hit by Jaden.
Well, there's a reason he was an all-area player last year.
So not the start Coach Shelton was looking for on this new drive. Gallegos looks over to the sidelines.
You're going to see a lot of fly sweep out of Stockdale. And, of course, off that comes a fly sweep pass. And this is probably a good time, good area for it.
This time they go right between the hash marks, and they hand the ball off to Aaron Charles. And Charles does what he does, picks up 5 the hard way.
Austin Charles, former quarterback at East High School, son of Arnold Charles.
Arnold Charles, class of 1979, Arvin High Bear. Played with my brother-in-law, Paul Dameron. Great football player, great baseball player. Left us too early. But now his great nephew's on the field for the Mustangs. 3rd and 10. Gallegos going to have to get rid of it. Gallegos steps up and he goes down again. And another loss. So right now that front 4 or 5 for that Driller defense is bringing it.
It's getting after him. It's going to bring up a 4th and about a long 16. Doesn't look like they're going to kick it, so they're going to go for it.
Well, it would end up being about a 45-yarder. And I don't know if Patino's going to be called out to do that one. And so the blocked punt by the Mustangs gave them a 1st and 10 from the Drillers 24, but now it's 4th and 15 from the Drillers 30. So they've lost 6 yards in 3 plays, and they're going to try to at least push the Drillers back. And the ball got snapped, but it didn't go anywhere. And will it be encroachment, or will it be?
It's going to be encroachment.
Or will it be on the Mustangs? I think it's going to be on the Mustangs.
Right.
So it was not on that Driller defense. So illegal motion, false start, one of the two. Now it's 4th and 20, so it's just really gone backwards if you're the Mustangs.
Uh-oh. And that didn't work out so well.
Just compounding error on top of error right now. The Mustangs.
Well, if you're Stockdale, you need to take advantage of opportunities like that. They block the punt, get good field position, and end up actually going where? Backwards from where they originally had the ball.
Wow. So the Mustangs, who had done a great job on defense on this side of the field before the quarter break, then to start the quarter, they block a punt and have great field position, and it just doesn't turn out well for them. So now all of a sudden their defense has to come back on this field and try to make something happen against a very good and constantly hungry offense. The official is having a long chat in the right side of your screen right there. They're just kind of chatting it. Now they come back into the frame and see what they're discussing. The white hat quietly walks in to talk to one of his referees, and one of the referees they were talking to went over to talk to Coach Shelton.
Needs to report to the north end of the homecoming participants, please report to
And
the
our
north end of the stadium.
Our good friend Titan Tom Myers listening to the game tonight. Hi, Tom. And here come the Drillers. And Rogers looking to get outside. Rogers to the 20, to the 10, and he steps out of bounds. And he's run down by Harrison. Harrison stops the touchdown run. So a premier player in Tybo Rogers on display tonight. And Tom announcing to us that Frontier will have no games for 3 weeks because of COVID protocol. So Coach Bandy and his Titans on a roll right now.
They were playing very good football, probably
right with Liberty. They were right there.
Second, third, fourth best team in town.
That is such tough news to hear. 1st and 10. I guess he stepped out way before I thought on the 24-yard line. They stay inside it. It's a counter. And Mackey, they don't get past the Mustangs. Roman Baker makes a really nice play.
Going back to that Tybo Rogers run there, that was actually a great play by Ian Harrison to even get a chance to run him down.
Second and 10, no gain on it. There's that nostalgic sound of the trains getting ready to take off. Second and 10. Montero. Johnson. Johnson gets to about 19-yard line on the right hash. They're heading right to left, heading north directionally.
Drillers getting man coverage out there, so when they get that, they've got to take advantage of that. You can't. They've got two receivers that are, and I'll say it again, that are two of the best in town. If you get man coverage on there, you got to take advantage and throw it to them.
3rd and 6. Clock continues to tick. 7:19 and counting. So no rush for Coach Sheehy and his offense either. They're not really doing the huddle up. The hurry up, no huddle deal either. They're patiently just going to the line of scrimmage. Montero has a running back on each hip. A hard count, and they're going to pick up 5 and make it 3rd and 1. So
Yeah, why do they need us up here?
We're at about 3rd and 6, so that 5 yards is going to be marched off.
Hey, look, let's just ask for every game to be a BHS with Kenny at home. That's an easy paycheck right there.
3rd and 1 for the Drillers.
So a tough break for the Mustangs. Again, they're at least doing whatever they can to kind of keep these Drillers pushed back, but then they give the Drillers 5 easy ones. 3rd and 1 now. Under 7 to go in the first half. It's 14-0 Drillers, but they are definitely in the neighborhood. Montero hands the ball off to Rogers. Rogers trying to get outside, but good job by that Stockdale defense. They get the first down, the Drillers, but whenever Rogers touches the ball, you think it's an automatic 6. So just to bring them down is a victory.
You are right there, sir.
Rogers comes off for a little break, as does DJ. So Danny Johnson comes off, and that revolving door for Coach Sheehy's just never stops. They're rolling guys in. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line, so they can still pick up another first down here.
Pro formation in the backfield with 2 backs. They motion the trips.
Yeah, great play by the Mustangs.
Fumble!
Ball is out, and he picks it up. It's got to go. Oh, goodness.
They blew it down.
Oh.
Still have a young man down on the field.
That was close to a scoop and score, and maybe his knee went down, Coach. He might have had the knee on the ground because.
Yeah, I think he was down. I think that's Mackey, number 26.
Timeout on the field for injury.
With 5:50, we'll take a short break here on the Kern High Network. Still 14-0, and we've got a nice ball game here tonight. Homecoming at Griffith Field. Drillers up by 14. Back in a minute.
We are these fields. We are these roots. We see the beauty in the everyday, with pride from where we came. We look ahead to the places that pull us together, to the places that we call home. A new chapter begins now. Kern Schools Federal Credit Union is now Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Visit valleystrong.com/grow to learn more.
All right, so it was Mackey, Coach. A little banged up, but he's up, walked off. 5:47 remaining here in the half. Drillers float one out here, and they put it out to Rocha. Rocha gets in, touchdown. Little flat route pass, but a flag on the play. The white hat is way back at the 25-yard line, yellow on the field, and judging by the quarterback, Montero's body language and kind of shrugged his shoulders.
That's going to come back. We have a small conference going. Let's see what they got. Checking with the white hat, and that's going to be holding on the
So
outside.
another holding call. If there's anything that there's going to be a discussion about at halftime, there's a lot of good stuff to talk about, but man, getting a little grabby out there for the Drillers.
You know, that's the second one on very quick plays. You know, the quarterback's catching it, get rid of it, and tough to find a holding in there, but I guess they are.
They move it back. Now it's 2nd and 20.
Drillers up 14-0. Shotgun spread set versus a man look.
And how about this?
Another timeout on the field. And that's going to be a dead ball false start.
So the Drillers moving backwards now. And you know, you think about it, if you're a coaching staff for the Mustangs, you're like, hey, thanks. Kenny's calling. He's calling everything out for us, so we kind of know what's happening now. Coaching staff for Stockdale up above us going, well, just listen to whatever Kenny says.
Yeah.
And,
what do we got now?
oh, boy. So now
Drillers continuing to head in the wrong
the
direction.
Drillers are just stepping back. And if you're the Mustangs right now, you have to be very, very grateful for this because they just scored a touchdown that was called back. They've been marching down the field pretty much all night, and now all of a sudden it's going to be 2nd and 30.
They can still get a first down on the 1-yard line.
Second and 27. They do pass it, and it is a soft pass. Not enough spin on, not enough zip to it, and Rocha underthrows it. So now it's going to be 3rd, and it's 3rd and 27, I think. I think they're 28. So,
well, when Rogers is at wideout, Stockdale's determined to take him away by double covering. They've got a corner in his face. They've got a safety on top, which is one reason that you see him playing tailback.
And that's a must. You have to do it.
So to get him the ball, and he needs to touch the ball 15, 20 times a game.
3rd and 29. In motion is Leach. Screenplay, and it's set up perfectly. And how about this? He may get in, and that's a touchdown. What a great play call and perfectly executed. No flags anywhere. I don't think. Oh.
Let's see what the conference is.
And if this is against the Drillers, I'm afraid to hear what the PA announcer is going to say. A hold.
Oh.
Holding again against the Drillers, heading in the wrong
Wow.
direction after the amazing design
So the Boo Birds are out for the Drillers because that was a very, very well-constructed, perfectly called, great time. And Coach Sheehy now, the Foothill Trojan, Washington Husky, Kansas City Chief, looking at the officials like, hey, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Every play.
That's 3 in a row. That's 25 yards the wrong way in the last 3 plays.
They want to throw again. Montero sees his man open. He finds his man, and I don't see any flags. All officials in agreement, and the white hat calls it a touchdown. And Leach, what a pass from Ty Montero to Dylan Leach, and they scored 2 times in 5 plays, and finally that one counts.
Well, actually,
and it's 20-0.
3 times.
Oh, 3 times. You're right.
Alex Rocha had one called back. Ornelas in for the extra point.
Let's go, Drillers. Make some noise if you're proud to be a Driller.
And he'll kick it over to the tailgating homecoming students.
When his dad, Matt Ornelas, longtime kicker for the Drillers, when his dad graduated, he was the all-time leading kicker at Bakersfield High.
Rick, I want to tell you thank you for the work you've done in our community. Haley Street Heroes, I've been digging into it because we have the inaugural, the Bakersfield College Athletics inaugural All Sports Hall of Fame coming up this coming Wednesday. It's at Luigi's, 5:30 cocktails, dinner 6:30. The program starts at 7. The MC is our master of ceremonies, Greg Kerr. I'm the chairperson for it and kind of the promoter, if you will, if nothing else.
That's
and boy,
right.
I dug into Haley Street Heroes, one of your 2 big publications for Bakersfield football. The other is right here about the Drillers, and I'm telling you right now, there's just such great stuff in there, and I pulled out some nuggets and used a little bit here and there, and I guess royalties that, that's always good, breakfast at Pyrenees, something like that I can pay you or whatever. But your thoughts on as we go into 100th year of athletics at Bakersfield College, your thoughts on the first all-sports Hall of Fame?
Well, so many great athletes in all sports. I was telling Reggie Bolton, I said, your first 10 classes are already,
We'll have zero problem
zero
getting
problems.
inductees.
You go back and, just putting in the coaches.
Right.
And then you got, guys like Frank Gifford, David Turner, Mark Nichols, Krista France. You go back and
I was just doing some time stamping and editing all the videos, and I did all the interviews with the 7 that we had in person, and I'm going back to looking at all the, the cuts and edits, and I listened to them like 3rd and 4th or 5th time, and you just start to see it emanate. Talking to Dean Jones, the great basketball player Dean Jones, and just his just amazement that he's part of the first class, and that was his quote. He goes, to know that I was considered to be in a class with Frank Gifford. And then Kathy Lee sent us a video this morning, and it's just going to be a great night. So thanks for your help as well on that. Taken at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and when you talk about all sports, then you still got George Culver, Billy Cowan.
Those 2 are going in.
Yeah.
Billy Cowan, George Culver, Hank Pfister's going in.
Oh, yeah.
Aisha Harrison Maston's going in for track and field.
Sure.
We've got the great legend and Bruce Burnett, the United States Olympics wrestling coach, going in.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great night. It's going to be a lot of fun. Some kid named Colby Lewis that brought the state of Texas their first World Series win.
Then you got a guy like Jeremy Stott, who's not going in on this first class, but
he'll be presenting for Bob Covey.
That's the kind of quality you get,
Of course. It's going to be amazing. Great night. About 35 tickets left. It's going to be a packed house. So if you're listening in on this and want to get in, jump on board. Our very own Stan Green, our Director of School Services that we thank every night, will be also presenting an inductee by the name of Carl Bowser. Jeff Chudy will be presenting a guy by the name of Jerry Collis. Some big-time names there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great night. 2nd and 9, 4.5 remaining here in this first half.
Picked off.
He dropped it. He dropped it. Mark Slocum dropped it.
Okay, incomplete.
This is what kind of class it is. Dallas Grider, not the first class.
Telling you, man, this was 12 committee members from a broad scope of everything that they've done in the community, whether it's been the media or been a part of it. And there's no youngsters on that committee either. Everybody's been around.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, there's going to be some big names on that thing coming up in the next 10 years. 3rd and 9, Stockdale. High snap, and he's in trouble. He just goes down. Gallegos.
That was actually a great play by Gallegos to save that.
You're true. If it goes over, we want to thank the Bakersfield High School administration principal, Ben Shirley, AP of Instruction, Melissa Rizzo, AP of Administration, Steve Anderson, Dean of Students, Alicia Olenek, Activities Director, Anna Lovin, and, of course, our good friend, the Athletics Director, Jeff Scott. Thank you to Bakersfield High School. Appreciate it. And, again, they have that double punt formation.
Oh, it almost gets blocked.
And takes a decent bounce. Oh, just for a second. Rogers thought about it just for a second. We also want to thank Stain Green, the Kern High School District Superintendents, and our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union for allowing us to put on this great event tonight. Thank you to all of you. Well, the Drillers, the second quarter's taking a while to get through, a lot of penalties.
Yeah.
But 3:32 remains.
21-point lead.
I think our public address announcer, Kenny, went, is it 2 or 3 years without a loss here at BHS? I think maybe he had one loss in his years playing up here or down here.
I would have to say that's true.
Legendary driller standing next to me and Rick Van Horn. Last night, I don't know if you checked out my world-famous, highly popular, extremely well-followed Facebook posts. I mean, you know, I've got 8-9 people that follow that deal.
Mm-hmm.
Last night at Foothill, I had an opportunity to take a selfie with Viking Hall of Famer Randy Maples.
Okay. I know the name.
Talk about an athlete.
Shotgun spread set for the Drillers.
A little disappointed, though. Apparently you played golf a couple weeks ago with my right-hand man, Tiger Rossi.
Oh, he did?
No, you did.
No, I didn't.
Kenny Cooper, Mike Duncan, those ringing bell.
Oh, those guys. Oh, you know, they didn't play with me. I mean, look, they're not going to. Those guys, they're not going to hang. They're not going to hang out with me. We got a timeout by the Drillers. They take a timeout. 3.5 remaining here. We'll stay here. 21-0. I'm Vance Palm. I've got Rick Van Horn dropping names here on the left. Our director Julian Wilson is thankfully as cool as the other side of the pillow with Kenny Calvin barking in one microphone, you and I in the other two, and all the things that are going on in this game tonight. You would think Julian's just walking in the park.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
You're on the committee, and this is the kind of quality guys that are going in at some time. Louis Wright.
Oh, yeah, well, he's very much in the conversation. Rick, at the event, which I hope you can make it to, at the event this Wednesday night at Luigi's, as the chairperson, I'm going to start it off with just kind of giving some of the lay of the land, how it all went down, how many we had like 299 nominees, almost 300 nominees, and we whittled it down after a span of 4 months, and we kept getting, to that point. And even 12 in our introductory class is a lot, but we wanted to build the foundation. It won't be 12 every year, and we had all these different sports to get in there, so there were a lot of names that went in there for sure. And Rogers takes off to some country music. Oh, and it pops into his teammate's hands. He loses it, and Richard ends up with it.
And that's going to be close to a first down there.
I don't know how much more audio we can do with Julian tonight. We have a lot of audio right now. Kenny Calvin, Rick and I, and only on the Kern High Network, everybody. Second and 3, under 3 left in this first half, 21-0. They're at the 32-yard line. Montero in the shot, drops back, throws over here, and it was caught. And the Mustangs trying to strip the ball out of his hand, and they can barely bring Rocha down. He just gets up and tosses it. Wow, that's a big, big play there. Rocha keeps the momentum alive for the Drillers by taking on 6 Mustangs, and they still didn't really get him down. Wow.
Rocha, a senior, been around for quite a while.
Right.
I think he was on the varsity as a sophomore.
He was.
Definitely as a junior. Just an outstanding player.
Here come the Mustangs. They bring 5 at him. He lobs it up there. Montero has a guy, and what a catch. He had to change directions in his shoulder pads, and Leach had his right shoulder.
Yeah.
And can Kenny hear us? Because he's doing the exact same thing I am. He turns shoulders and makes a beautiful Willie Mays catch. And wow, the Drillers all of a sudden at the 35-yard line. That was a fantastic play by Leach. Dalen Leach.
What do we call a smash route? So he's just running hitting it at 7 and running to the corner. Quarterback Montero throws it to the wrong shoulder, but he makes a great catch.
Now Monteros drops back, wants to throw again, flushed out of the pocket, has a man open, decides to kind of hang on to it.
Needs to get out of bounds. He does.
He lowers the shoulder and hits Julian Leon, and Leon has something to say to Leach. Montero. Montero has something to say to Leon, but Coach Sheehy putting a stop to all of it, saying, please, please. Tells his quarterback to calm down a little bit. Ball's at the 16-yard line. A little over 2 minutes remaining in this first half. All of the class floats are in the north part of the end zone for homecoming. And we have an officials timeout. For those of you watching the Kern High Network, aren't aware who Kenny Calvin is, longtime Renegade and driller, and does football with me for BC, and he started as a broadcaster 4 years ago as a substitute fill-in, and he's become an icon. Oh, what a beautiful play. How about this? Rocha gets in, and how about all those students down there celebrating? Great play call, just a perfect play call, and just had everybody in the wrong direction for Mustang defense, and Rocha just runs for the pylon, and there it goes. Touchdown Drillers, 27-0.
He scampers out for a 17-yard touchdown. Amazing work by the Driller offense.
Great play.
Let's go, Drillers. Hey, we gonna
Ellis. Here's the PAT. Oh, high snap. And Arnellis puts it in.
Soft start. Well, if anybody knows, it's Nick Ellis.
Kenny Calvin getting some advice from our great Nick Ellis. Encroachment
or offsides, correct?
In high school,
yeah,
it's either false start or encroachment.
Start. Okay,
right.
Spectacular homecoming halftime as we announce Mr. and Mrs. BHS class of 2021. Special feeling for me because I was Mr. BHS 1994. Share the life with you guys.
This is a gas, man. This is an absolute gas tonight. Too much. Julian, our director, says he has too much information.
Uh-oh.
Brother, you haven't even heard anything yet.
Yeah.
We do a BC game with me, and if the wind blows and the flag moves, VP, I got to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I remember in 1996 that flag blew one time, and I love him. I absolutely love him. Leon trying to get to the outside. Leon.
He's got some room. Nope.
Just outside, just inside the 30, about the 32-yard line. So
Stockdale's got to be careful. You still got a minute 47 left.
49
left, and
you got to grind that clock down.
Yeah. We'll find out on this first play what they have in
right,
their mindset.
what their intentions are. 28-0. Drillers really, really playing well tonight.
Shotgun double set, and they go with that.
Gallegos.
Zone read, and the quarterback.
No, it's not
Oh.
Gallegos. It's Harrison.
The defense
Oh, no, that's Gallegos. Sorry, I thought it was number 7 back there. That is Gallegos, and he took off running.
Like number 10, Anthony Rivera, linebacker. Great job getting the
Rivera makes the tackle.
Huge sack.
So they lose about 7 yards on this play.
Maybe 8 yards.
So you might see Stockdale kind of, all right, we're going to go into halftime,
I think
28,
so.
down 28.
I think so. I think they're going to just play the
Just-
clock here,
yeah.
Rick.
Not much talking to be done over there on the sideline.
Well, Coach Sheehy, interim head coach,
Taking their time, looking to make a good decision with this clock.
looking to go 2-0 at home here in his start. And Charles trying to do something up there. And
Nothing doing.
I'll tell you what, the toughness of Aaron Charles is
You know, if you're
at least getting them 3 or
Yeah.
4 yards.
Now, if you're BHS, you had 3 timeouts left. You could have used one after that first down sack, but it looks like they're going to be content with the 28-point lead.
We'll have an extended halftime. Rick and I will step away, and Julian will
For the Mustangs.
be along for the ride for halftime festivities.
Clock roll.
And
Let's go, let's fight, let's win.
it was like this.
They don't leave any time for a Driller offense. And the low snap. QB
So they stay on the ground. Gallegos goes down, and that probably will do it. The clock will continue to run, so that's going to do it. Halftime, 28-0. It's been all Drillers. Mustangs have had a few chances here and there, but not much. It's a strong first half at homecoming for the Drillers. 28-0. We will step away for halftime. It's homecoming. Enjoy it. You're watching Kern High Network's live exclusive coverage of high school athletics. It's football tonight, and it's homecoming at BHS coming up right now.
We are these fields. We are these roots. We see the beauty in the everyday, with pride from where we came. We look ahead, to the places that pull us together, to the places that we call home. A new chapter begins now. Kern Schools Federal Credit Union is now Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Visit valleystrong.com/grow to learn more.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit.
After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
A lot of more hands-on activities, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, it's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry
Houses need cabinets, businesses. Having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Pollard, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
I was shearing my lamb for fair. I have 2 lambs. Taking care of animals is you feed them twice a day, make sure they have water, walk them, make sure they're ready for fair.
Vet science is the first year before you can actually go into animal science, and it's a lot of like hands-on with the different animals, and you get to learn different things such as giving shots, castrating, all that fun stuff. For me, wanting to be a vet when I'm older, it helped prepares me. All the stuff that I'm learning in ag is definitely going to help me.
I'm in ag communications. Anything that you see on the Facebook page is what we do, and pictures, and we do all the posters that are around campus. Anything that just promotes ag.
Our students are all part of the FFA organization, and through that we have a chapter officer team. We do monthly chapter meetings because we're trying to get them involved outside of class, so they can find something that they're interested in, and they need something that's going to hook them so that they're ready for life after high school.
In animal care, the students learn a variety of things, whether it's tools or terms. In the veterinary field, they learn about the skeletal systems, animal nutrition, the housing, how to properly care for them. They also have the opportunity in the spring to actually go work at a veterinary hospital or at an animal shelter or a grooming salon.
Animal restraint, weight and temperature, pulse, respiration, all of that I learned here.
They take a state certified test, and if they pass, they become a certified vet assistant right out of high school.
It's always hands-on, and so I think that's what really helps us, is that we're not just getting it from a textbook, we're actually doing these things, and we're actually practicing these things that we'll be doing in our future careers.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so.
Well, that was a fun halftime. The seniors were, the class 22, they were pretty spectacular, and they won it. And homecoming king is none other than the big fella, Rick.
Number 80, Jaden Dock.
The big guy.
He had a heck of a first half, too. We didn't know why he was pumped up in that first half, but he came out. This is why, huh?
Give us your thoughts on the first half, Coach.
Well, like I say, I talked about this before. Stockdale hasn't played this kind of competition this whole year, and all of a sudden they get out here, and it's kind of a shock value that they're seeing so much speed, and they haven't seen it all year long. BHS is kind of, they know who their guns are. They got to get it to Leach. They got to get it to Rogers. Case closed. You're going to win a lot of games just by those two guys.
Here's a kickoff. Start the second half. Stockdale's going to have to get something going here early, really early. Taken at the 10-yard line. Let's see what happened here. Right up the middle. That's a good start. That's a nice start there. About the 32, 33-yard line. We got word that the tough Iron Nails Mustang Aaron Charles, don't believe he's going to see any more action tonight. Had him in protocol just to check on him. I see him over on the sidelines, helmet off. So not going to see AC tonight any longer. Tough. That's tough news because he
is their leader on defense.
One of their workhorses. So he's out for the rest of the evening.
Oh, look at here. Double wing.
Double wing. They're going to just try to keep it in tight.
Wow.
Thrown down at about the 30-yard line by the homecoming king. Let me watch Kenny take off on this young man, probably. I don't know if he's going to say much.
So this is something different, a change-up. Let's see how long they stay with it.
40 even front for the drillers. Wing T set for Stockdale.
Keep it inside again. Not a bad look. It was a pretty good run right there. Ben Spears just lowered the shoulder and said, let's get it on. He needed that.
Yeah. Last time I did Stockdale, of course, they didn't, no double wing at all. Very tough offense just to put it in 1 week. Of course, a team across town, Foothill, is 6-0 with this offense, so it's very effective if ran right.
3rd and 5. Again, Spears. Oh, man, big contact. Big contact. Tackle made by Drew Underwood. Haven't called his name tonight. Underwood stood in there and took a helmet to the chest, and he wins out, and he's getting some love from his teammates, so Stockdale's going to have to punt.
Spent pretty much the whole first half in a shotgun double set. They come out in the second half.
Always an adventure at Stockdale punt team, huh?
Well, they've got this double punter set.
And really, I've never seen that before.
Neither have I, and they use it so he's got one extra blocker, one final blocker back there. That was mentioned last week. The punter knocked it into, it gets really close to the other punter's backside, and Rogers looking for it, played around with it. Ball goes at the 30, however, flagged down. Don't know what this call is going to be. We'll find out. You have a score from the East-South game?
Yes, I do. 13-10 South over East, 13-10 at half. Came from our guy, Kevin Wiley.
Willie.
That's what I said, wasn't it?
Well, the great Kyle Wiley, if he's listening,
that's right,
could send all of us a group text at like 2 in the morning.
That's right.
Hey, guys, I'm KW2, he's KW1.
Kevin Willie.
Wiley, after the Golden Valley game, Wiley will get a hold of me at 5:50 in the morning. Like, dude, I'm going to take it. Hey, great job, VP. We love you, but I'm like, dude, it's almost 6. All right, give me about another hour.
Well, we were there last week. And, of course, we got the rundown on every kid.
Love that guy. He came out and gave a great halftime. Hey, got to tell you, did he come through with the torches for you? Cornford leaned on him hard, and we got tortas.
No, we didn't get anything.
Wow, that's, you know, hey, look.
Yeah.
All right, 1st and 10. Drillers on the ground. Tybo. I thought it was Rogers. Kenny thinks it's Mackey. No, it's Rogers.
It's Rogers. We couldn't even get him up for a halftime interview.
Well, Rick, I'm sorry to tell you, there comes a time when it's kind of glaringly obvious who the number one crew is.
I hear you. I hear you.
But yeah, I mean.
Well, I gave you enough research to last you a couple of years.
No, look, I'm going to have to. Thank goodness I brought a big briefcase. I'm taking all this with me. This is a great shot. Matter of fact, I might have to post that. They go to Rogers again. Rogers trying to get outside. He does. Looking for one good move. And now he may make it all the way. Oh, goodness. He does it.
That's why he is a next-level guy right there.
A 76-yard scant. 76 yards gone.
We talk about him being a next level guy, and that right there can be compared to some of the best here. Larry Parker, Brian Adams, Jason Oliver. Jerry Yockey, Van Horn, Taj Wright. That play right there puts him right up there with the best of them. Oh, it's blocked.
How about this? A blocked PAT, and that's one of the rare miscues tonight for the Drillers. And it remains 34-0.
A big miss.
So with 9:04 to go here in this third quarter, the missed PAT will keep it at 34-0. So 76-yard jaunt. A 76-yard jaunt for
Tybo Rogers.
And that was impressive. Look at the Drillers and the pros. You have a ton of information here. Man, if Cornford ever gets hired again by us next week, I'm going to lean on. He's in Oklahoma tonight, by the way. High school football game.
I got his text, yeah.
Amazing display of ball on both sides by the offense.
I'll let him know. Look, Van Horn came to play.
He brought his A game.
We're talking about 50, 60 pages of homework, Cornford. All right. Up to the 25-yard line.
Ben Spears with a return. You know, we talked about this. You know, they lost AC Aaron Charles, at halftime. They've only got 30 guys on the team. So they've got probably the smallest roster in the city of players, and they can't afford to lose anybody else. Staying with that double wing. So if you're a coach around town, you're seeing these guys dabble in this wing T, a double wing, I should say.
Saw it a lot last night at North High School.
Yeah, you should bring up thoughts. It's, hey, Stockdale's going to the double wing next year. We got to prepare for that. Very tough defense, very, very tough offense to prepare for, especially if you see it only once a year.
He tried to get it around the corner again, and Spears is in big trouble. And he's trying to do anything he can do to just stay alive in this thing. He's still on his feet and hasn't gone down.
Taken down after a gain of a couple, and now we will have third.
I got one for you.
All right, let's hear it.
All right.
You've got enough research. Let's hear it.
Very first win on Griffith Field.
The very first one ever?
Tell me.
I thought it was somebody up, like, was it Menanche, or was it up in the Porterville area?
Porterville High School. Drillers win 25-6.
Very first game at Griffith Field, 25-6 win over Porterville. Wow. Look at that schedule in that first year. Emmanuel Arts, California Christian, Laverne College, Fresno High, Long Beach. Wow. Run play.
Wow.
Power play, and they pick up the first down. Yeah, it sure was. Nice job.
Get their first opportunity for a score with 7:28 to play in the third quarter.
Stockdale still crunching, still going. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Pro spread set for Stockdale, and it looks like a little movement, but they let him get away.
Oh, man. Big hit right there. Eddie Puente.
Mr. Kenny Calvin doing 2 jobs tonight.
For those of you that weren't here earlier, I want to announce that the public address announcer tonight on the PA system is none other than our very own Kenny Calvin, the longtime driller legend. Everybody knows him. Everybody knows who he is, and he is on the microphone tonight, and he's just been fantastic, just been stellar. And so to have him on the mic, and then we have Rick and I doing the game, and then we have
That's going to be stacked up, and once again, nothing doing.
in the second half we had some country western music down there for the dance. There was a lot going on audibly, so tonight's just been a whale of a good time. Stockdale right now not enjoying it as much as all the driller side is. They're having a good time with it, but I'll tell you what, it's pretty crazy. Third and 11 officially. Under 6 to go here in this third quarter. The Mustangs trying to put something together, get in that end zone. They try to get outside with it, nothing doing. The drillers pick up on the sweep, and Ian Harrison tried to get loose, yet the drillers just sniffed it out, bud.
Looked like Mr. BHS there.
Like Mr. BHS.
Jaden Dock with the tackle for loss. That'll bring up about a 4th and 15. If you're a driller, you've got to catch the punt here.
It's a who's who tonight, an absolute who's who up here on the top deck. Coach Parks just coming by to say hi. That's a nice punt, good punt actually. Oh, and it takes a bounce away from the driller. They were absolutely going to try to run that back. So
At the 33-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, heading north.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Drillers. That blocked PAT negated a running clock, Coach. Had that gone through, it would have been a running clock, and we'd probably be done with this quarter and streaming into the next one. Hello, Tanya. Hi, ladies. How you doing? Good to see this who's who tonight up here. All the moms and parents of our class of 2020 rolling by. Mrs. Parks rolling by. How you doing, T? Good to see you. Nice to see you. Ava's doing fantastic. I'm texting her tonight. Mrs. Parks, how you doing? Well, we're just calling a little football game. Drillers, class of 22. Did the class of 22 win the float contest? We've been advertising it, ladies. We've been advertising it. See you later. Where we're stationed in position tonight for this driller game, we are in Grand Central Station here. So people are coming up to get autographs of Kenny Calvin. They're bribing him with potatoes, trying to make it happen. They want to see the great Rick Van Horn in the discussion of the Mount Rushmore of drillers. So everybody wants to come up and say hi. I'm surprised I don't have a parent coming up telling me, "Where's Noah? What you doing? You got your eye on him?" They are asking about Ava Palm, the driller that's at UTEP tonight. That's a nice play by the Mustangs. Really good
play
tackle
by the Mustangs. Who was that?
That was Roman Baker.
Number 16.
No, well, Baker got in there, and you're right. Herrera got in there as well. So Herrera and Baker. So the drillers, about a 3rd and 6. And they're on their own 35-yard line.
They haven't had to do it much, but when the drillers have thrown it tonight, they've been very effective. You may see him throw the ball here, 3rd and a long 6, maybe a 3rd and 7. Stockdale with some man coverage out there.
Open set, tight end right. No, tight end's left.
They toss it, goes through the hands. Oh! You got to be kidding me. Well, you know when things are going your way, when it bounces out of one receiver's hands, skips forward 15 yards.
Into Chris Quall's hands.
Oh, my gosh. By the way, Tremel Williams in at quarterback. He drops back, fires one. It bounces off the chest of one driller, kicks ahead 12 yards. I mean, it skipped over 10 yards.
And hit him in perfect stride.
Like it never. I mean, we're talking about like skipping a rock off a lake and it ends up in a boat in stride.
Yeah.
And had it not been for the hustle play of the Mustangs, we would be in running clock. That was a great effort out there to keep that from being a touchdown.
And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this team is clicking on all cylinders.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
I guess. Oh.
Another zone read from the RPO.
Big hit. It was a running play between the hash, but big hit by the Mustangs.
Looked like Adrian Medina on that big hit.
Was that what as Medina came in there? That was just head on.
For the second half, we have a new quarterback, Tremel Williams.
The junior Williams quarterback tonight. And that's got to feel good if you're Coach Sheehy to have your number one guy able to come out and just take a breather for a couple of quarters. Second game of league.
Now I see Vincent Cuellar as well as Tremel Williams on the field together. We got two quarterbacks in that huddle.
Second about 9.
For the drillers against a quarters coverage look. Now they're going to a man look.
Kenny caught ball batted down.
Batted down.
And they get on top of it just in case that was a lateral. And that's going to be incomplete.
So 3rd and 8. The marker's 2nd and 8. The scoreboard showing, there it is. 3rd and 8. Speaking of Figueroa family. Big fellow right across the way.
Chris Figueroa.
Yep.
Former driller, now a driller coach. We still haven't figured out whether that was his daughter at halftime that won Miss BHS.
We can find that out pretty quickly.
Shotgun double set against a man look. 50 odd front.
And he gets it.
I think
incomplete. Incomplete. I would think that Kenneth Galvenberger is giving the most detailed, specific sets before snap of any public address announcer in the history of football.
I think he is.
If there are any football fans living in the neighborhoods over here just off California Avenue, they don't have to. They're like, I don't need a radio.
Yeah.
The PA announcers let me know how it goes. This is pretty good.
Replacing the longtime driller PA man, Jay Gaudier, who's recovering from cancer. Jay was in the stands tonight.
Took some photos. He's in some pictures that we just posted. So Jay caught us on the way up. Feeling good, looking good, had a lot of strength. And so 4th and 8. Williams in the shotgun on 4th and 8.
Shotgun spread set.
Takes a look, throws one down the corner, lays it out there, and it is broken up.
Great job by that corner breaking that up, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
That looked like.
Great job by Stockdale continuing to fight, not giving up, no matter what the scoreboard reflects.
So, Mustangs will get the football back. That blocked PAT keeps them, keeps them from having this game just race by and be over in no time at all. They get some more time to work.
That happened on the far side. It looked like Daniel Hartman for the Mustangs breaking that pass up.
Okay, here come the Mike flags fly everywhere before the snap.
Going to have procedure on the Mustangs.
That's going to be dead ball.
I think is that correct? Are we going to get a text from Nick?
Well, if Nick's got us in his ear, he needs to improve his life. Well, in high school, it's either false start or encroachment.
All right. False start. Oh!
And so Gallegos cannot get out of the grasp of these hungry drillers.
Anthony Rivera, 6', 210 junior.
Rivera been eating all night on the edge.
139 and counting.
It's going to be a second and long. 1:33 remaining to play in the third quarter. Stockdale heading in the wrong direction as they motion the trips. Low snap. They throw that quick
No, it's a
hitch, and
one
that's gonna
hopper.
be
So
incomplete.
doesn't make it.
Going to bring up about a 3rd and 20 for Stockdale. They just haven't been able to get anything going tonight consistently. They came out in the double wing to start the half, kind of junked that. Now they're back into the spread. Constant pressure by the driller front four.
Third and 20. Really nice fake by Gallegos, but the drillers just doing what they're supposed to do, being disciplined and just waiting for him. And it was a really good fake. Everybody went for it except for that one DB back there.
Mark Slocum, if he misses that tackle,
yep,
Gallegos is on his way for
the first
a little
score,
while.
Their first score for the Mustangs. They need it. So standing back on the driller logo is Mark Slocum. Slocum inside the 50. And here's the double punt formation. Low snap.
Rugby style kick and it's barely off.
And Slocum
you got to feel that ball.
Could pick it up. I guess he doesn't. Yeah, that was a pickup ball. You got to go with that one.
Yeah, you got.
You don't get those all the time.
You've lost 15 yards on that by not picking that up.
All right, we're 36 and a half seconds away from the end of the third quarter, and it's all drillers, 34-0. We have a Sam Kennison sound-alike scream down there. That sounded like Sam Kennison.
You know, last week at Golden Valley and Golden Valley game, we set a Kern High broadcast record. We were out at 9:31. Can you believe that?
Running clock.
Running clock.
Drillers come out and that trips open, says single high safety look.
Nice pass out there to Richard.
Out to the left side. That's going to be complete to Theodore Richard.
He did get out of bounds. Okay.
Nope, they're running the clock.
Okay, I didn't think he was out of bounds. They start the clock again. And that's going to do it for this third quarter, 34-0. I don't see the drillers trying to rush a play at this moment. And that's going to do it. We will take a break. I don't know. You never know. I mean, they might try to snap it in 5 seconds. Don't know why they would. Maybe. And no, the coaches are pointing at the scoreboard, and so will we. 34-0, end of the third quarter. We'll be right back at Kern High Network with the fourth quarter.
before we do anything, how about those driller cheerleaders?
All right, start of the fourth quarter, 34-0. Drillers on a 2nd and 6.
Stockdale in the 2 deep.
Heading south, going left to right. I'm Vance Palm with Rick Van Horn, Julian Wilson, and normally I wouldn't announce that Kenny's on the broadcast tonight, but Kenny Calvin is about 10 feet away from us doing the PA tonight. Just done a fabulous job, so it's been fun night. Mark Heffernan and Kevin Willey are calling the other game. We'll get an update on that score if there's been a change.
It was 13-10 at halftime, South High over East.
You go with that zone read inside, and they met immediately after a 1-yard gain.
So just a quick
Short gain on the
dive in there.
bring up a 3rd and 3.
Danny Johnson with the carry.
After the carry
Now we're going
by
to see Jerry Dandridge. Jerry Dandridge comes in.
That's Danny Johnson on the carry.
So Dandridge comes in, and Williams, the quarterback, jogged over real quick to get the signal.
Datramel Williams, the new quarterback. Number 10.
No, number 12. He threw that pass off the chest of a driller last series or last play, and and so Williams' pass. So the Drillers will come on and punt.
This might be the second punt for the Drillers all night long.
I think it is, Coach. I think it is.
Now, you guys, Renegades are off tomorrow night.
Renegades are off a bye week. The big news will be, of course, the Hall of Fame on Wednesday night, and then next Saturday, homecoming, beginning of conference play, and they're bringing in the dangerous, high, potent offensive College of the Canyons, and it's going to be a big start for Coach Littlejohn in conference play. Perfect deep snap, and the boot gets up, and, some downfield blocking. Everything's good. Down at about the 34-yard line. So we're just underway here in the fourth quarter. This is the Kern High Network. I'm Vance Palm with Rick Van Horn, Julian Wilson. Drillers been in control all night long. Homecoming here, the class of 2022, getting the nod for the best float. And it's been a packed house, packed house tonight here at Griffith Field. Week 2 of league play, and we'll get into next week's games when we get the nod from our boss, Stan Green. Again, from Bakersfield High School, we certainly want to thank everybody. Again, Gallegos trying to get outside. Thank you to the principal of Bakersfield High School, Ben Shirley. Assistant principal of instruction, Melissa Rizzo. Assistant principal of administration, Steve Anderson. The dean of students, Alicia Olenek. Activities director Jeff Scott and athletics director Jeff Scott and the activities director Anna Lovin. Thank you to Bakersfield High School. Appreciate it. Of course, Stan Green and all of the Kern High School district superintendents and our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union. So appreciate you being involved in this. We have a driller down over at about the 35-yard line.
Congratulate the homecoming court, Mr. and Miss BHS, class of 2021.
Rick, let's go through some of your notes here. Some great stuff. I want to talk about all these drillers that have gone on to play in the pros. I mean, this list that you've combined here is pretty incredible. You go down to all the drillers that are in the pros, which includes the NFL, the CFL, the Arena, and Major League Baseball. It's just amazing. It's a full 2 pages. Incredible. Looking at some of these big names here. I mean, there's some big names, of course. Frank Gifford, Jeff Bucky, Theo Bell. These are some of the bigger names. How about our man J.O., Jason Oliver, Jeremy Stott for the Steelers and the L.A. Avengers, Mike Stewart, the Rams and Dolphins. Wow, unbelievable. Louis Wright, one of the Broncos. Philip Thomas called his games, Washington Redskins. And that's not all the names. I'm just picking some out. How about this? My man Brian Adams, UCLA Bruin. James Allison, the Fresno State Bulldog. Good to see the big fella, the homecoming king, up. He was down for a minute. This is great stuff here. Daniel Calvin, Kansas State. And look, I'm cherry picking some names that I want to say, but there's a ton of them. A ton of them. Look at the Marions. Dave and Jerry going to University of Wyoming, the McGills, Fresno State, Kansas State. Goodness, I could go on all night.
They go right back to that jet sweep, but it's kept by the quarterback. Great job.
Gallegos up the middle. And talk about tough kids, Coach Van Horn. Last Friday night, Frontier got to Gallegos a few times pretty heavily. Tonight, he's taking some big hits, gotten up a little wobbly. This is a tough kid, tough young man.
He sure is, because I've watched him earlier in the season and took some hits. And when you've only got 30 guys on your squad, you really can't afford to get hurt.
Taking around the right side.
Again,
Be enough for first down.
handled by Harrison.
Well, you haven't heard that for a while. Stockdale first down.
It's been a while.
You know, you talked about future games this year. BHS has a big one next week with Garces. And that may decide. Liberties might be up there by all by themselves. And this might be a fight for second place. Garces, Bakersfield High.
Flag, possibly a late hit on Spears as he goes outside. Where's that game next week, Garces or BHS?
That's going to be at Garces.
Wow.
From the news we got, Bakersfield will have Frontier after Garces. But with the news we got, that game will be canceled due to COVID already.
With the next 3 weeks of them being out. And that's what we're reported by Frontier PA announcer and insider Titan Tom Myers. I do not have that. I need to make that clear. I don't have that validated in any way, but that's just what Tom Myers was telling us. And because he's so close to the program and announces all their games, maybe he does have an inside track. But for those of you that might be running with that story, I apologize. I don't have that vouched by anyone official, just what Tom was telling us. Hopefully that's not the case. It'd be great.
Well, the reason for that is a late detection either today, maybe yesterday, late yesterday, or today puts that to a missing the next 3 games. So if it would have happened earlier in the week, they would have missed 2 games, been able to get that 3rd game in.
2nd and 3, 6.5. Gallegos keeps it again, trying to make a move. That's a nice move.
I think he's
and
got
brought down about the 19-yard line down. But he gets a first down.
And just a friendly reminder, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the contest, please.
If you're Stockdale, you've got to be very conscious of running Gallegos too much. You still got some games left. This game may be out of hand, 34-0, 5 minutes left. You don't want to get Gallegos hurt.
And he still continues to go at it.
And he's ran the ball a lot this series, especially.
And some of these guys that haven't seen a lot of time, they're getting some action and they're getting after it still. Yeah. Some of these young men that haven't seen a lot of time so far this season are still really going hard. 5:20 remaining. 2nd and 10. The Mustangs have the ball on the Drillers' 20. Right now you've got that first squad of defenders on the sidelines for the Drillers looking over at that second squad saying, hey, we want to keep the goose egg up there. Gallegos keeps it again. And Gallegos continues to pound ahead. He's a junior.
Gallegos showing his toughness.
No doubt.
Speaking of toughness,
you're looking at me?
We had dinner tonight and ran into Todd Jackson.
Whoa.
And Todd actually brought up the name of Tim Anderson, who's a
slime
friend of yours, classmate maybe.
Great Orphan Bear, a little older, class of 80. Duncan, how about
Wow.
this? He may get in. He does. Touchdown, Ian Harrison. The Mustangs get in. Nice play, and Ian Harrison just kept on going and gets the TD. So the Mustangs get in.
That may be the only time ever Tim Anderson has been mentioned on a Kern High broadcast.
Twice tonight. I talked about the fishing trip with he and Duncan and Arnold Charles. Flags everywhere.
Got a quick timeout.
So
now the one person that we haven't seen a lot of for Stockdale is Brandon Arzabal, who's their leading rusher.
Arzabal had a big night last week against Frontier, and Arzabal was all over the field, and I don't think he's been on the field. And I don't know the inside on that, but I don't believe I've seen jersey 31 at all.
No, and he had a big night when we had him against Independence. He's their leading rusher.
Patino, a high snap, he's in trouble. He may toss it. He might try to get in, and he does. How about that?
Wow.
A 2-point conversion. So a heady play by Hereford. Well, when you've got one of your running backs, or receivers at least, holding the ball, he knew what to do. So they get in for 2. High snap. Patino never had an attempt at it. And Hereford angles for the pylon and gets in. So with 3:47 to go, 34-8. Drillers up big, but we're not done yet. Again, everybody, thank you for watching tonight at the Kern High Network. Vance Palm. Next to me, I've got Rick Van Horn. On my right, I have our director, Julian Wilson. Our main man, Kenny Calvin, public address announcer.
To avoid the shutout. It's now 34-8 game with 3:47 remaining to play.
Good heads-up play by Hereford. That's an unusual name. And if I'm not mistaken, his dad was a former quarterback at South High. His dad was a former quarterback at South High during some very good years with Roger Tarver, Charles Brim, Billy Pierce.
Wow, Big Bill. Billy Pierce still looks 25 years old, man. I saw him walking in the neighborhood. I walked by. I said, look at that. Look at Billy.
Stockdale kicks it deep and it's taken at the 12. And this kid looks like he got wheels.
He might cut up, and how about this? Bryson Campos. So Campos goes down at the 48-yard line. Kenny letting us all know this man looks like he's got wheels.
I think Kenny's freelancing a little bit. What do you think?
Freelancing? Frankly, I think that's vintage KC. The other night, the Renegade game, Renegades blocked a field goal and ran it back like 80 yards, right? I had to wait till the play was over and the touchdown was done, and then circle back for our radio audience. Had to let them know what happened. It was, gone, 50, 40, 35, gone. And so I said, now for our radio audience, want to remind everybody that was a blocked field goal picked up by Jernigan. Whoa! And it may be Mustang football. Maybe Mustang football.
But no, I think the Drillers got it.
Got back on it. Ooh.
I think that was Jerry Dandridge that fell on that ball for the Drillers. Minute 46 left. 34-8. Bakersfield High over Stockdale High School.
Second and 22 for the Drillers. Best thing about a large margin of victory is giving your teammates an opportunity to play. And we have our third quarterback of the night in the game.
He went out of bounds. Isaac Tweller is quarterbacking now, but Dandridge goes out of bounds.
Quarterback of the night, Isaac Quillar.
And so Quillar back there handing the ball off, and maybe this.
Golden Empire football guys, and now here we are 4 or 5 years later watching them shine on the biggest stage. Beautiful moment.
Under a minute, 34-8, all Drillers, and it most likely will remain pretty much at that score.
This could be the last play of the game here.
Well, Mario Amasquia Maravilla is back there, and they give it to him.
They go with that inside zone read again, and that's tackled right away by a host of Stockdale defenders.
Stockdale.
Sorry, everybody. That was LaSalle Ludd. Ludd on the carry. LaSalle Ludd on the carry. And Rick, that's going to do it. Our Kern High Network Player of the Game T-shirt will go to.
Wow, so many.
Yep, so many.
It's the guy's night. Defensively, Jaden Dock.
We're going to give it to Jaden Dock. Our Kern High Network player is Jaden Dock. For Julian, Rick Van Horn, I'm Vance. And for Kenny Calvin, Jaden Dock is our Kern High Network player of the night. 34-8. Drillers win big over Stockdale. Have a great weekend. Good night and God bless.